Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. Today we are looking at the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, the Ultimate Edition figure that just released at Target. I believe this is exclusive to Target. I was on Target's website and saw that I could do pickup. It actually isn't even on shelves in my store yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be probably tomorrow. I'm guessing I'm either tomorrow or Thursday. I'm recording this video Tuesday, so yeah, that's why I'm saying tomorrow or Thursday as of this recording. But the new Evolution set was there, the 3-pack with Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton. And it's Triple H with like that full suit. That suit looks weird. You know, I love me some soft goods. I really do. This figure has soft goods. I love it, but that Triple H suit just looks so weird. It looks too weird. Maybe you can kind of like finagle it to get it to look good if you have the figure, but I don't know. And then they finally put the wave up today of the new Series 25, because when I picked up the Bret Hart, my last video, that wave wasn't up yet. I was actually able to purchase it and do store pickup. And normally I don't do store pickup. That was very new for me. But I did it because I was able to get it, and it was no sense in me having them ship it when I literally live like not even 3 minutes from a Target. Like, it literally is right by where I live. So I was like, I'm not about to have them ship it to me. That's stupid. I'll just have it picked up. But anyways, it wasn't on the shelves, but now that wave was on the shelves. But I did pick this bad boy up today, man. Like I said, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is a wrestler that I'm not even gonna sit up here and be like, oh, I love Dusty Rhodes and all of this other stuff. No. No. But Dusty Rhodes was entertaining. You know what I mean? He was an entertaining guy. And he really wasn't even mainly a WWE dude. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I have an appreciation for the old school, man. I do. And that's coming from the appreciation of the old school with the stuff that I grew up in. Like the very early 90s, man. I started watching wrestling like I was at least like 3 or 4 when I first started watching wrestling, man. So all of the 90s, man, and even before the 80s, my brother would show me a lot of pay-per-views and shows that he recorded. So like I got to see a lot of the Saturday night's main events. I got to see all of the WrestleManias leading up to like where I was like in life. So I saw all the WrestleManias before I was born, you know what I mean? So so it was just, I have an appreciation for the old school, man. I think I mentioned this in a video before. When it comes to everything like basketball, football, like when I started to enjoy these sports, just learning about and watching, learning and watching about what the people did before my time. I just have an appreciation, man. Like, I have so much respect for these old school wrestlers. So but Dusty Rhodes, like, this is one in my collection that I feel like I needed to kind of help round out my collection even more. So it's like I gotta have a Dusty Rhodes figure. I've been trying to get a Dusty Rhodes for a long time. I missed out on the Elite because I think he was a part of a build. Maybe I think he was a part of that Build a Mean Gene wave. I could be wrong. He was a part of some wave, and I never saw the Dusty Rhodes figure. I saw everybody else but the Dusty Rhodes figure. And then I went to a record exchange in my area, and I was wanting to pick up a Dusty Rhodes, but it was like $50, and it was one of the first ones that they released of Dusty Rhodes. Like, this was the early Mattel days when they got the license to make WWE figures, and I can't even remember which wave it was that he was in, but it was like the old school Mattel boxes, and they were selling him for like $50 or $60, and I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. I was like, I don't want to. I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about it, but fast forward to now, seeing that they come out with an Ultimate Edition Dusty Rhodes figure, I am a happy camper. I am a happy camper. Like I said, I'm not about to sit up here and pretend I am a huge Dusty Rhodes fan. Nah, but I do have an appreciation for him. And then this figure is just super dope. The one gripe that I have with this figure, and it really is the one gripe, because so far articulation, everything is what you typically expect out of a Ultimate Edition figure. But my problem is um the elbow pad. It hinders the mobility of his arm just a little bit too much. That's my complaint. That literally is my complaint. Everything else about this figure is fantastic. I wish that they would start using a softer material. It doesn't have to necessarily be soft goods, because I can see how you don't want like stuff like this to be soft goods, but at least make it just a little more bendable. Like, I don't know. Or to be honest with you, some of you might disagree with me. I would honestly rather knee pads that are restricting or elbow pads that are restricting. In some cases, I'd rather them be sculpted on, because for the most part, unless we have like a rock figure, we're really not going to take the elbow pads and the knee pads off. Um again, let me know what you guys feel about that in the comment section, because I've kind of always had that idea. Now these knee pads aren't bad. His knee actually has a lot of mobility. The knee pads are softer than what the elbow pad is, which is weird, but I'm at least happy that he can move his legs good. Uh, but yeah, man, I've always thought that, like, sometimes, not in all cases, but in some cases, I always feel like they should uh they should sculpt certain knee pads on, like the ones that Psycho Sid has or the ones that Macho Man have. Like, sculpt those bad boys on, man. Like, you don't have to have those huge bulky knee pads. And with this, aesthetically, the elbow pad looks fine. But if you're trying to do certain poses and you're trying to do, like, figure photography and all of that good stuff, it's kind of difficult to do. But I love this polka dotted look though, man. This is dope. Now, how I'm going to have him on my shelf, right? Okay. I can't even take this nightstick out. Okay. Jesus. That was in there pretty good, man. All right. So how I'm gonna have him posed is like this, because the original Elite that I was just talking about, that my record exchange was selling for like 50 to 60 bucks, was just like this. So this is how I'm gonna have Dusty on the shelf. I am gonna keep him in the shirt, but I will show you guys the details there as well. I'm also gonna show the accessories too. I'm not gonna forget about that. And then I have one little comparison, because I have now two Dusty Rhodes figures. Actually, it's just that one is not a Mattel Elite. So Dusty Rhodes, baby. Dusty Rhodes, baby. Like, I can't do the voice as good as my boy ODC, man, but this is perfect, man. This is dope. He's got the splotch on his I don't know what that is. I mean, I think he's had it since birth, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I feel like he's had it since birth. So I don't know if it's some kind of birthmark or whatever, but and the detail that they put in it is kind of like crazy, because other stuff that you see of him, it don't look like this. Like, but the detail is there. The face sculpt is amazing. I like this face the best, by the way. So real quick, before I continue to go, let's see. Let me show you guys the different head sculpts that he comes with. So out of the package, he comes with this. This one is a really good one. Now, out of the box, he will come with this one on. And that looks good. That looks really, really good. And then he has this one. And typically, a lot of the faces that are really, really expressive like this, I don't really dig. So that was an instant like, nah, I appreciate it's in the box, but I'm not using that at all. As a matter of fact, let me take one of the hands off. And I like my wrestlers to have the fisticuffs, right? They got to be ready to fight, man. It depends. It depends because I do have a Razor Ramon where he's got his thumbs pointing at him. So depending on like what the hands are doing, yeah. But I typically like the fist hands for my wrestlers. He's got some point hands right here. Got some pointing at people. And then he has, of course, the two tried and true gripping hands that Mattel does a lot, which again, the gripping hands work for if you want to have your wrestler grabbing one of the ropes and whatnot. But all right, uh and then these hands right here, the open hands. So yeah, man, that's all his accessories. So real quick, I want to real quick, let me show off some of the articulation to this figure is smooth, by the way. Very smooth. You can't get him like when he's kind of doing his little jabs before he does the bionic elbow. Pretty sure his finisher was called the bionic elbow. And then the other Dusty Rhodes that I got is the big rubber guys. And look how he towers. That big rubber guys figure towers over this ultimate, man. Towers. But this is a cool fig. This was really cheap. This was surprisingly cheap. And that's why I ended up getting it. I needed a Dusty Rhodes, and so I ended up getting this. And yeah, I only recently it's weird, guys. So even though I watch all of the, when Mattel announces new figures, whether it's like Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con, I always know when new Mattel Elites are coming out and Ultimates are coming out. But I think sometimes there's so many that I forget which ones are coming out. I forgot about this Dusty Rhodes until I was on Target's website. And I was only on Target's website because I was looking for the Bret Hart. And while I was looking for the Bret Hart, I saw, Target has a Ultimate Edition Dusty Rhodes coming out. All right. And that literally, and like after that moment, I was like, maybe I do remember seeing this being announced, but like I completely forgot about it. It completely slipped my mind. But nonetheless, he is here now in my collection, and I know exactly where he's gonna go. And yeah, this is nice. I've also made the decision that I am pretty much almost exclusively, even though I was kind of already there, I'm exclusively collecting only Mattel wrestlers from now on. Because for those of you that don't know, that just subscribed, I have a lot of stuff in my collection that's not just wrestling. Now, wrestling takes the majority of it, but I have Spawn. I'm looking right now at like at least 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 different Spawn figures. I got a lot of movie stuff. RoboCop, NECA's like RoboCops, Terminators. I got the Voltron from like years ago. I got DCEU stuff from McFarlane. I've got McFarlane's DC multiverse figures. I got a lot of those. I just got a lot of stuff that's in my collection that's not just wrestling related. But I wrestling figures are really what is really doing it for me, man. Out of all these other companies and their figures, like the wrestlers are like what's really doing it for me. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much going mostly exclusively like WWE. Even if it's a WCW figure, just Mattel's Ultimate line and their Elite line is what I'm gonna be making my collection focus on. From this point on. Now I can't promise I won't buy anything else because there are some stuff that looks like, okay, I kind of want to get that and this, and there's figures here and there that I'll check out. But for the most part, man, this is it. But I'm not gonna hold you guys. I like this figure a lot. Dare I say I love this figure. I really do. Very happy that I have a Dusty Rhodes finally in my collection. But yeah, man, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And yeah, finally got him a part of my collection, man. Let me know what you guys feel in the comments, man. If you gonna pick this figure up, if you're gonna pass, if you already have a Dusty Rhodes and you feel like you don't need this one, just let your boy know, man. It's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.